but you know, God is always in the midst. So I'm just so happy to be up here with you guys tonight. Gonna do survivor chats tonight. You know, listen, it's overdue. It's been a minute, and it's so overdue. I want to make sure I get up here and dive into. I definitely want to say a prayer for everyone in Florida, everyone that's evacuating, still evacuating. Just praying that everyone is safe. Praying that everyone is in a safe place, and that we just got to make sure we continue to lift up those that are in Florida, and as well as people that are in the eye of the storm with the hurricane. So definitely want to say that. Invite someone, tell someone what's going on. Happy Wednesday, y'all. You know, I had to pull up the book. I Survive, You Can Too. For those of you who do not have this book, I want to invite you to go get that. Listen, it's a great read. It's so intentional, and just talking about life lessons and survival, which tonight I'm definitely going to talk a little bit about distractions. And you know, distractions is something that we all have dealt with from time to time. I know me, myself, I have definitely dealt with distractions in business, in my personal life, in my family life. Distractions come to knock you off a course, to keep you off a course. What's going on? Hey, lady, how you doing? Invite someone, tell someone tonight we are live for Survivor Chats right here at 9 o'clock. And tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit about the book and diving into distractions. What's up, Kurt? What's poppin'? It's Wednesday. The girl back up here. And you know, just want to talk about the book, and how I came up with this motivational guide on surviving foster care, molestation, domestic violence, all while navigating life successfully. And listen, I had so many distractions writing this book. You know, I had distractions from family, from friends, people telling me I shouldn't do the book, people telling me, you know, you're going to embarrass yourself, people telling me, you know, you're going to tell all your family's business. I dealt with all of that. But in spite of, I knew that God told me to write this book. I knew that it was a purpose for me to write this book. And that was all I needed. Whether I cried, whether I, you know, had to get a glass of wine, whatever I had to do, I had to do it so that I could do what I needed to do, because I knew God told me to write this book. So tonight I wanted to talk about that. I'm gonna read one of the survival tips from chapter 4. And I'm gonna dive into distractions because I think we all have dealt with distractions in our life. And I know, like I said, for me, I have definitely dealt with distractions in all forms. The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And if we do not be conscious of the distractions that are sent our way, we will be knocked off track. We won't be focused. We won't meet our goals. And we are in the fourth quarter of 2024. And if you are not focused and you allow distractions to knock you off course, you're not going to be able to accomplish the things that you are sitting here to do in this quarter of the year, in this month of the year, you know. And you know, we 3 months left, and we, you know, we already on the 9th of October. So if we don't stay focused on what we are sent here to do and what we are focused on trying to do on this last quarter, we'll miss the mark. And my goal is to never miss the mark. My goal is to stay focused, to stay on track, and to meet my goals. And how I meet my goals is a planner, a schedule, time management. That's time management all day. You know, making the main thing the main thing, and you know, being true to myself, and first and foremost, being true to God. What is God asking me to do? What is He telling me to do? Those are the things that I hone in on and I stay focused on when it comes to my, you know, my goals. And I start and end my day with God. I start my day with a a devotional Bible group, and we do a devotion in the morning, and we do a Bible plan, and then we pray, and then we get off. And I'm just starting that way, you know, with a group of ladies that are just magnificent, and we encourage each other, we support each other on this walk with God, and that's how I start my day. And at night, I pray with my children. You know, I make sure I end my day, you know, talking to God as well. So, you know, how you start and how you finish matters. And what you do in the middle matters as well, just as much as how you start and how you finish. You know, definitely self-care, you know, walking, exercising is my definitely something that I do weekly. I pretty much work out like six, almost some weeks I'm working out 7 days a week, 6 days a week. Some weeks, you know, if I'm really, really busy and I'm not able to get my evening times in, it's five. But listen, I make sure 5 to 6 days a week I'm working out. I'm doing something, walking, jogging, weights, yoga, Pilates. I'm doing it all. And that keeps me focused. And it also helps me relieve stress. I be having tension in my shoulders. I be dealing with pain. And that's something that, since I had an accident in 2001, I have, but that's not going to stop me. Then I'm not going to allow that distraction to stop me from working out. So, we can look at distractions in so many ways. But let me read survival tip 4, 5 or tips 4 from the book I Survive You Can Too. If you don't have this, go get it. It's in my link. It's also will be tagged in this live. But go get this book. I'm not just saying this because it's my book. I'm saying it because this was divine order. This was me doing something, stepping out on faith and doing something that God told me to do. So when you be obedient, He will always bless you. He will always protect you. And so even though I didn't want to share so much that I shared in this book, it was necessary. It was necessary for other people that are on the same journey as me, whether that's in financially, spiritually, physically, in business, as a single mother, being in a divorcee, being in a marriage that is not ordained by God. Like the list goes on. So I talk about all of that: surviving trauma, childhood trauma, trauma that I put on myself by getting married to someone that I knew I wasn't supposed to marry. Like all of that, is what I talk about. And those are all also distractions. If I get caught up in these things that I put on myself, doing things that God didn't tell me to do, then I'm gonna be distracted from what I'm put here to do. So it's so 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 important to be focused on what you are here for and your purpose. And if you allow the devil to distract you, you're gonna be just like the children of Israel and be stuck in Egypt for 40 years. And I refuse to be stuck anywhere for 40 years. Every day I ask God to guide me on my walk. What's up, bro? How you doing? So let me dive into this book real quick. So chapter 4, survival tips 4, is keep reinventing yourself. Key, if this don't work, try something else. Figure out what works. Set and crush goals. We are in the fourth quarter. So what goals are you trying to crush? What goals are you trying to meet for this last quarter of the year? You got 2.5 months to go. You can do it. So anything that you put your mind to, you can do. And I ain't trying to be funny, y'all. These phones, social media, and all of that, you can get distracted. You can literally be up here for hours, and you be missing things that you're supposed to do. If you were supposed to read a book, and you were supposed to, finish something for work, if you get caught up on social media, you're not gonna be able to meet those goals. And I put timers on my electronics. I put timers on my apps and all of that, so that I can stay focused, so that I can make the main thing the main thing. Listen to and hear the older generation. They really are the goats, and that's so true. Having a mentor, having a someone that you confide in that is older than you, that's at a different level, whether it's in your profession, whether that's spiritual, whether that's physical, all of the above. It's so important to listen to the older generation and people that have done things that you are trying to do or get to a place that you're trying to get to. If you are not able to, you know, be mentored, if you know everything, if you're the smartest person in your group, you're in the wrong group. If you're the only person in the group that's elevating, you're in the wrong group. I'm trying to be around people that's elevated higher than me, that's doing things that I have not done yet, so that I can learn, so that they can help me not make the same mistakes I've already made, or help me not make the mistakes that they've made. So you learn from people, and you can't learn from people if you're not around people that are growing and that are movers and shakers. And I have women that's in their 70s that I'm around. The list of ages just range, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful for that, because I learned so much. And they like, girl, I've been there, done that. That happened to me. This I did this. Don't do that. Don't just able to get advice from people that are older than me, and that is so important. And it goes back to distractions. They are really the goats. So make sure you stay mindful of who you talk to, who you communicate with, who you really are around, who is your circle. If you're the smartest one in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. If you're the only one in your circle doing something, you're in the wrong circle. If everybody is gossiping and talking about the next person, you're in the wrong circle. That's not the circle for you. I could care less about the next person. And I use this analogy with my children. I use this analogy with my staff. If you think about horses and how they put blinders on so that they stay focused on the track that they're on, that's how I think about my life all the time. I'm focused on what Ruth needs to do. I'm not looking to the left or the right, because I don't care about what nobody else is doing. I'm focused on what I'm doing. So, if you stay focused on that, you would never, worry about the next person, because comparison is a thief. Okay? It's a thief. I'm gonna say it one more time. Comparison is a thief. And if you don't believe that, you keep looking on social media and comparing yourself and oh, they got this, I don't got that. I wish that. It's a thief. It's gonna steal your joy. It's gonna steal everything that you're supposed to be here for. Because you're not supposed to be like the next person. You're not supposed to be doing what the next person is doing. You're supposed to be focused on what you are sent here to do. Okay. Trust your instincts. Your intuition is not off. Think about the times when you didn't trust your instincts. What's going on? Thank you for joining me tonight. Talking about distractions and taking some tips from the book. Um, so yeah, invite someone, tell someone, look, I'm live. I always enjoy getting up here and talking to y'all, and feel free to drop any questions you have below. I am live on YouTube and I'm live on Instagram tonight. All right, drop it. So yeah, trust your instincts. If your instincts is telling you to leave, your instincts telling you something ain't right, something don't feel right, it ain't right. If it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. Okay? And I have definitely had times in my life where things didn't feel right. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in this group. I knew I wasn't supposed to be around this person. I felt it and I ignored it. And I got stabbed in the back. I've dealt with so much. And because I was not listening to myself, what's going on? How you doing tonight? Because I was not listening to myself and to my own intuition, I got stabbed. I got bruised but not broken. And I like to say that too, because in life we learn lessons, and sometimes your toughest lesson is being hurt and being humiliated, being embarrassed. Going through some of the hardest times in life is the best teacher experience. And unfortunately, sometimes the experience we face, we don't have to, but we do, because we don't listen. We're not paying attention. We're not focused on what is being shown to us. So pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to God. Pay attention to the people that are in your life, in your circle, that really care for you. And that is so, so, so important. And last but not least, love yourself. There is no one on this earth like you. You are one of a kind. Love yourself. You are one of a kind. Okay? Nobody's gonna love you if you can't love yourself first. If you don't love you, then how you expect for somebody else to love you correctly? You got to know how you tick, what makes you do the things you do, what makes you feel this way, your love language, understanding all these things about yourself. If you don't love you, then truthfully, nobody would never really be able to love you. And then by the time you catch up and figure out who you are, you don't even want that person, because you're not really who you say you are. You're not really the person that your full potential. You're not really where you need to be. So, take time, love yourself, take care of yourself, and remember, do not be distracted. All right, let me get into this question. Why do women like older men than younger men? Hold on. Why do women like older men than younger men? Age don't define an individual. I don't understand the question. Why do women like older men than younger men? Don't define an individual. Are you saying age? Oh, are you saying age? Age don't define an individual? Absolutely. You could be older and still be immature. You could be younger and be very mature. So age definitely does not define an individual. I think it's based on a person's individuality. Why do you prefer an older man than a younger man? Um, I can't say that I per se prefer an older man over a younger man. I'm not really like, oh, I'm not dating younger men. I guess it depends on the age. But it's mainly about the mentality and the mental, where they are, um, and so many things, and mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all those things matter to me, because um, I got myself together. I'm focused, and I need a man that's beside me that also is focused and on the same wavelength. So the age is not really as much of a big deal to me as the mentality and the maturity level and where they are in life. Um, but I do think that some women do date younger guys. I mean, I think it's a preference. Every person is different. It's young men out here like that. I agree, 100%. It's definitely younger men out here that are mature. They got their stuff together. That's focused. But um, it's every situation is different. It's based on a person, and it's also the approach. It's also the mentality. It's also the conversation, the energy. Where you at in life, what you got going on. Is it the time? Is it the right time? I think all of that matters, and I think all of that determines communication between two adults. So yeah, I think that's a fully loaded question, because it's so much into that question or whatever. But hopefully I answered it for you. But guys, like I said, distractions and how important it is to stay focused on the last quarter of the year. Focus on your goals and not allow others, like this election. Y'all know this election. What's up, boo? This election is definitely a major distraction. Please get out and vote. I definitely think voting is extremely important, but don't allow it to distract you from what you're doing and what your goals are for this last quarter of the year. This Diddy situation, it's like it's like everywhere. Don't get distracted in it. Like, they ain't none of my business. I really ain't got no opinion about it. And so, everybody is talking about that, but it's a distraction from you being focused on what you need to be focused on. And it's definitely a distraction when it comes to this election. So, stay focused on the main thing, and keep your goals in front of you. Don't allow social media, don't allow what the next person is talking about, gossip, family, friends, whatever, distract you from what you are here to do. We have goals to meet. We have things that we're trying to do. And if you get caught up in looking to the left or the right, you're not going to accomplish your goals for the end of the year. And I refuse to allow distractions to knock me off of course and not allow me to complete the things that I am sent here to do. For my staff, for my children, for my family, for myself, and definitely not for, and as well as God. So make sure that you are focused on your goals and do not allow distractions to knock you off course. Um, Keep your vision in front of you. I would love to hear how other people are keeping their vision in front of them. Whether it's a vision board, whether it's words of affirmation, whether you have it wrote down on a sticky note on your mirror. I have a to-do list that keeps me focused every day. I have a monthly list and I have a daily list of things that I have to do. Um, those things keep me focused on what I need to do daily, monthly, and for the year. I have two things coming this year that I'm super excited about that hopefully will be dropping by December. I've been working on for over a year and a half. I'm super excited to announce it, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hatch my chickens before they lay. Hopefully I said it right. So I'm gonna wait, but I definitely have a lot of goals and a lot of things that I'm working on, and it's important to be intentional about the things you want to do in life, and setting a 1 month goal, a 3 month goal, a 6 month goal, a yearly goal. Those goals will help you achieve the things that you really want to do in life. And so we got 2.5 months left, y'all. Let's knock it out. Let's stay focused. Get out and vote. Early voting starts October 17th. So stay focused on what you want to do in life and the things that really drive you to be who you are and what you're called to do. What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for joining me tonight. We are up here talking about this is Survivor Chats at 9 p.m. We up here talking about distractions tonight, and I read some of the tips from chapter 4 of the book. So those of you that do not have it, go get the book. Read some of the things and some of the tips from the book from chapter 4 that really helped me in life, and they really keep me focused. Like I said, tonight is so important for us to really dive into the things that distract us and why distractions are sent to destroy us or have us pivot and stay somewhere longer. I don't want to be anywhere I'm not supposed to be. I don't want to be, in Egypt for 40 years when I'm supposed to only be there for 4 days. Okay. So the only way that I can, make sure that I don't do that is to stay focused, is have a to-do list, have a schedule. Time management is everything, and time management keeps me focused. So I would love to hear what keeps you focused and keeps you from being distracted daily. Because like I said, social media is a major distraction right now for a lot of people, especially our children. It just is a major distraction. So having limits on my phone keeps me focused from social media and not staying up here too long. Okay, let me get into these questions. Why is reading so important and helpful to people? Because you educating yourself. Reading is fundamental, and they said it years ago. I mean, years ago. If you want to keep information from a black man, put it in a book. So are you going to prove that to be true? Or are you going to prove that to be untrue? So, even if you have download Audible, that's something I've had to do as well, is, I need having something play for me so that I don't have to per se sit there and read it. And sometimes I buy paper books, but sometimes just push and play. Right now I'm reading Marcus Garvey's book. Um, and it's actually a really really good read. I just finished Sarah's book last month, so my goal is to read a book a month. Some months I make it, some months I don't, but it is what it is. But the goal is to keep going. So reading is so important. Make sure you grab a book and ask your friends, ask the people around you. Like I said, if you're the smartest person in your group, you're in the wrong group. um so ask the people around you what they're reading, and you can get, helpful tips that way as well. Because I have a girlfriend that definitely, shout out to Serena. She definitely has shared plenty of books with me, and some of them I have put on the bookshelf, and some of them I've had to say, you know what, let me pick this book up. So, reading is definitely has been something I have not liked to do, but it's necessary. So sometimes you got to push yourself to do the things you don't want to do. Definitely time management and planning ahead and reviewing my plan before going to bed. Oh yeah, for sure. I love that. I love that. I have to check my calendar. As soon as I get up in the morning, what do I have planned for the day so I can stay focused? Having alarms, having alarms, like I have an alarm before I do my live, having an alarm before I got to do payroll, having an alarm before I got to pick my kids up, just having an alarm before I do my Bible group. Those things keep me focused and have my time management on point so that I don't forget something. So that is so important. Other people's lives are determined or are waiting for me. And if I don't stay focused, then I'm gonna hold the next person up that's supposed to get what they need to get from me. So it really does matter how we focus, and if we are off, then we can affect the next person or someone that is depending on us to get there at that time. So, like I said, guys, tonight was all about distractions. And like I said, we did a moment of silence for everyone in Florida, every person that's in the eye of the storm, praying for everyone, praying for safe travels for anyone that is still evacuating, and praying for anyone that is still in Florida, in that area, in the eye of the storm, and in that surrounding area. I know it's not just Florida. So I don't watch the news. It's too much propaganda for me. But I do try to keep track of stuff from time to time. But the news is something I do not watch because, like I said, it's a distraction. Bingo. It's another one. It's another distraction for me to stay focused, for me to be off course. And I don't got time for that. And it drains my energy. And I just, I protect my peace at all times. So that's another part of how I show up for myself is being mindful of what I put in my holes, what I allow in my gates, and making sure that I stay focused on what God says, not what man says. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I'll be back next week. I'm trying to do better and get my time management together. Your girl be tired. Listen, there's been a lot going on in life, but we got to stay focused. And like I said, I cannot allow life woes to distract me from getting up here and talking to you guys. I enjoy being up here and answering y'all questions, and I enjoy seeing you guys on Wednesday. So I'll be back next week at 9 p.m. for Survivor Chats or for Women Supported Women Wednesdays. I got to get back up here with my girls. I have a bunch of requests for Women Supported Women Wednesdays that I need to respond to. But it has definitely been, it's time. Okay. Got to put this on my weekly schedule. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. I'll be sending some reminders out. I try to do reminders on Wednesday morning so everybody knows. So I appreciate y'all. Send this live to someone that you think might benefit from this. Distractions is a thief, and we are not allowing the devil to have anything that is ours. I want everything that is on this earth for me. Okay. And I'm pulling it down. It's mine. My hands are open to receive everything that God has for me. And I pray that yours are too. I love y'all. Good night.